Hello, this is Greg Herman with Herman and Herman. Um, Today, I'll be talking very briefly about changes when you're adding your teenager to your auto policy or getting them his own policy. Anybody that's done this knows that they jack up your policy when your teen drives, and that should be no surprise to anybody because teenagers are not very good drivers. Most of them. I mean, I know there's some exceptions, but most teenagers, they speed, they run red lights, they text and drive. That's probably the biggest thing we see is, texting and driving or checking their social media while driving. They just do boneheaded things because they're teenagers, just like you did when you were a teenager. You did boneheaded things. So your rates are going to go way up. Now, it may make sense to get them their own policy, and that's something you just need to talk to your insurance company about. But it is going to cost a whole lot more. And if it's your car versus the teenager's car, then maybe it's a piece of junk car for your teenager, and maybe it is a throwaway car. So you don't really need comprehensive and collision. If it gets wrecked, and you didn't pay much money for it, your teenager may say, "Hey, that's fine. I'll get another summer job and I'll make some more money and I'll buy another throwaway car." But let's say it's your car and you don't want it wrecked. You probably want your teenager added to your vehicle's insurance so that it's covered. Because otherwise, if he wrecks the car and he's excluded or he's not, not listed on the policy, there's not going to be any coverage for whether it's just a one car accident, he runs into a tree um, and ruins it, or he runs into other people, or however, any way an accident can happen. If you don't have comprehensive and collision, that's not covered. Uh, and then if your teen is driving your car, of course, he'll be covered under your liability. And you should always get PIP, personal injury protection, and you should always get uninsured motorist. And that's because there's a whole lot of people out there right now without insurance at all. And that's just in regular times. But right now, during this pandemic, there's lots of people that have lost their jobs. And, paying their car insurance is one of the last things they're going to pay because they think, well, I'm a pretty good driver. I'm sure I can get by a little while without insurance. What's more important is I need to make my car payment, or I need to pay my rent so I don't get kicked out, or I need to pay my water bill so my water doesn't get cut off. So lots of times the first thing to go is people's insurance. So if you get protection, that means uninsured motorists or underinsured motorists coverage. Then if somebody else runs into you and they don't have any insurance and they're not a millionaire and there's no way of getting money out of them, your insurance will cover you just as if the other person had insurance. So, especially important if you're gonna have a teenager out there driving, you know, probably getting in accidents and stuff, because that's who causes, or that's who's in most of the accidents. So, anyway, um, just to wrap it up, again, expect to pay more money. Talk to your agent about whether or not he should be on your policy. Or you get him his own policy, and then figure out what kind of coverages he really needs, depending on the value of the car and whether it's his own car or your car. So that's it for today. Thank you very much.